Warmer temperatures after this weekend's snowfall are creating havoc in several island communities, and many remain on flood watch. Check News reporter Kristen Robinson has the latest.
In Mill Bay, the floodgates opened early this morning, giving this driver an unexpected bath and his new truck a free car wash.
15 feet from the bridge, I seen some slush, and I figured, oh, well, you know, here's some slush. So I went to drive through the slush, like just every day driving in the snow, and it was water. My truck stalled out, and then 2 minutes later, both banks on each side of the bridge broke through, and I was, well, I don't know if you see me coming out of there, but it was up to the hood anyways.
A few kilometers north, the rescues continued as Cowichan Bay Road looked more like a river in several spots. While some vehicles plowed through, others needed help, and that kept volunteer firefighters busy.
We've had 8 calls today. There are numerous different ones. They've been rescuing on Cowichan Bay Road with flooding. People are stranded with their vehicles. We've had hydro calls with hydro lines down.
While RCMP blocked one flooded lane of the highway near Cowichan Bay, crews worked to restore power in Mill Bay and Shawnigan Lake. But with winds whipping the trees around, it wasn't long before more giants toppled. This one dangling dangerously across Renfrew Road, supported only by a power line. If they weren't trying to dodge falling trees, vehicles on West Shawnigan Lake Road were faced with some dangerously deep washouts, forcing some to turn back, even if it meant staying home with no power. And imagine coming home to this. The Silver Catch Fish Processing Plant opened their office doors to a raging torrent today.
Now to the Alberni Valley, where people are scrambling to protect their property as several homes and businesses have been flooded. Joining us now at the latest is Check News reporter Sky Ryan. Sky, what can you tell us right now?
Well, Scott, there's a lot of rain. Old Man Winter continues to batter Port Alberni at this hour with heavy wind and heavy rain. And it follows a day of power outages and major flooding in this community. This was the scene in the downtown this afternoon. A quick melt of a lot of snow and then heavy rain soaking the area, flooding 3rd and 4th Avenue and forcing their closure. Businesses sandbagged to try to keep the water out, but there were still many low-lying areas flooded inside and out, both homes and businesses. Unfortunately for city crews, there was nowhere for the water to go with the trifecta of heavy rain, melting snow, and a high tide. They are now working around the clock to clear storm drains and deal with all this water. Fortunately, the forecast will offer them some hope. Only 30 to 40 millimeters is expected tonight.
There is an upside to the recent strong winds and stormy weather if you like big waves. The west side of Vancouver Island is seeing some extremely high surf. Check News reporter Bruce Kirkpatrick has this story.
It's wet, it's windy, and it's wavy on the west coast of Vancouver Island. These swells are almost 10 meters high and have been driven by storm-force winds, all because of an intense low-pressure system moving up the coast with wind and waves stretching almost as far south as Hawaii. If you're from Calgary, it's spectacular.
They are something that actually, as you say, in Calgary, we don't see them. And the beautiful noise they make, they're awesome.
Authorities warn it can be dangerous to get too close to the big waves. They can pull you in. Dangerous, too, standing by a flooding river, such as the Upper Kennedy on Vancouver Island. So don't stand too close. You could fall in. It's spectacular to watch, and all due to a heavy snowfall followed by a sudden melt as temperatures rise quickly.
So far, the North Island has been spared today's weather havoc, but residents are now digging out from under 40 to 60 centimeters of slush. The weekend snow turned to rain overnight, and now roads are parking lots, and they're a soupy, slushy mess. Huge puddles are everywhere, and while some public works crews continue to plow roads, others are out clearing storm drains to prevent flooding. Power is also an issue, as nearly 15,000 BC Hydro customers in Courtenay and Comox were in the dark overnight, or during a bit of today.